If you want the Anarchy Analysis series back, give me a hell yeah!
So, coming into this weekend, I knew I had to choose these two teams and their matchup, and there's ample reasons why. Number one, Dig are a very wildcard team. If you saw on my side, they're basically the Pentanet of NA. Number two, Abadage is making his debut in the LCS this weekend, and he fulfills an all-star roster on 100 Thieves, basically giving them a very strong mid laner. And number three, the new meta itself has introduced new items into it with the Divine Sundra builds, as well as two new champions in Vigo, who we'll get to see eventually in the Anarchy Analysis series, and Gwen. Now, if you've been following me on Twitter, you'll probably know that I have a go-to tweet, and it is literally Gwen, full stop. And when the Hallowed Seamstress enters the Rift, she's a major deadly threat. So, when we weave our way into this game 13 minutes in, 100 Thieves have set up a trap. In essence, Dig are giving up the second Drake of the game, as when they enter into 100 Thieves' red side jungle, they see the Krugs and the red buff are not present, essentially telling them that Xin Zhao is on the bottom side of the map, and probably on the Drake. That's why we see this question mark appear on the pit from the Dignitas side of the map. As such, when the red buff appears, the Drake slay message also comes up. We basically see Dignitas start this buff. However, Dig do not expect the collapse from 100 Thieves to be that quick, with Braum using his slowing tools in the Winter's Bite and the Glacial Fissure, which allows Gwen to get in close. Immediately skipping in and slashing up the competition, she begins to showcase her needlework, threading two sets of her needles through the Darius. Then, the combined efforts of the Cog Living Artillery and the Braum Concussive Blows set up for the final cut on Darius's body, as snip snip goes the Gwen's fully stacked scissors, taking away his life. Leona is next on the chopping block as the final set of needles are thrown out, dealing massive amounts of damage, executing off the Radiant Dawn. But the fight does not end here, as the wool was pulled over the Rumble's eyes, as his TPing into the fight is very late, and this gives Gwen and Braum a target to chase.
Meanwhile,
a seam is created with the two sides of the fight, as Rumble gets stunned up from the final blow of the concussive sword from Braum, as well as Gwen gaining her final stack on that Q. We see the seam rip a tear down the Rumble as the wind becomes lightning, picks up the kill for Xin Zhao. And as the Thieves reach the termination point of the fight, Dignitas end up on the wrong side of the results, losing the fight 4-0, and in the end, 100 Thieves win out this battle, ruining Dig's 3-0 weekend, and tying them up in the LCS standings. That is that for this team fight breakdown. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new to if you want to, and I will see you guys next time with our predictions for week 2 of the LCS and week 1 of the LEC. See you guys then.